So we need to talk about the American people. And right now, the American people are unfortunately in survival mode. Now today I want to discuss why this is, what we are currently facing, some of the issues that we're seeing around the US right now, and what this means for you and I moving forward. But again, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So here's the first thing. I want to explain a story. This is something that I saw just the other day, and I've seen this before, but over the past few weeks, I've probably seen it 3 or 4 different times. But the last time I saw this was actually back in 2008. That was the financial crisis. Okay, so here's what happened. The other day I was at a supermarket, and I noticed this lady was peeling the bananas, peeling the oranges, and putting the stuff in her bag. Well, a person from the supermarket came up to her and told her that she can't do that. She can't eat the food before she purchases it. And she said, well, she's not going to eat it. She's just not going to pay for the peel because she can't eat the peel. Okay. The last time I've seen this, again, I've seen this over the past couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, probably 4 times. But the crazy thing is, this is now what we're getting to. The American people can't eat a peel from a banana. So guess what? They're not going to pay for it. They can't eat the peel from an orange. So they're not going to pay for it. They can't eat the stem from a banana or from cherries. So they pull them all off, right? I haven't seen this, but according to a Reddit post, somebody said that they see it all the time, and it's something that they've considered doing. Is they've considered like de-pitting the cherry, take the pit out of the cherry, take the stem out of the cherry, so now they're only paying for the cherries. Yeah, this is where we're going. This is exactly what we've seen before, and we're gonna see it again. But here's the reason why I think this is more troubling than back in 2008. We have more issues. We have a lot more issues. Over the past 4 years, we've gone from having a massive amount of stimulus, $7 trillion in stimulus going to the American people, to now we have nothing. We got no money. Credit card debt through the roof. That's what we're seeing. And this is a major issue. This is a huge problem. Because if we have no money, we don't have credit cards we can fall back on. We can't leverage our homes like we used to because interest rates are still too high. What do? Well, here's what some Americans are doing. They're now pulling money from their 401ks, from their retirement, in order to survive, to pay their bills, to pay their rent and their mortgage, maybe their car payment. They're trying to pay and use that money to hopefully just get them through, get them by. That's what they want to do. But here's what I think is interesting. I think this gets worse. I think this gets far worse before it ever gets better. And the reason why I say this is because we've seen the writing on the wall. We know what's coming. Now, I want to explain something else that's happening. If you drive down the street, you're probably going to see a lot of people, with cars on the side of the road. You're going to start to see RVs here pretty soon. Because what was happening before is people that were homeless, they only had one option, right? A tent. And you saw all these encampments. Well, they're now being cleaned up by cities. But here's the next thing. Cars. They can sleep in their cars. They can go to a parking lot like I'm at now, right? And there's no signs around here that say no overnight parking. So they can park in something like this, right? You can see everything. And that's the interesting thing is there's cars parked just down the way. I can see them. That maybe someone's camping there. Maybe it's a ride and share. I don't know. Or a park and share, whatever it is. I have no clue. But here's the interesting thing. It's going to go from tents to cars to RVs. That's the next step. Because RVs in some cases are now cheaper than cars. Okay, especially like a smaller trailer. Okay, a single axle trailer. You're seeing those at 50, 70% off. Okay, I just drove by one that's going out of business. Okay, this RV place Center is going out of business. You go to Camping World, right? You go see some of the trailers that they're selling, right? Or RV World or whatever it is. You see that they're discounted. They can't give them away. People don't want them. And again, that's turning into the next issue. But here's another one, okay? And this is one I think is very troubling. Americans are trying to pick up more hours at their jobs, and their employers don't want them to. Their employers would rather they work less hours, but do more work or higher intensity work so that they can get the exact same amount of work done in less hours. That's what they're wanting to do. Again, do you think that makes the American people happy? No, not at all. Hey, they're not happy. They want to make sure they're making money so they can pay for their food. They can pay for their home, their car. That's not what's happening. Now I want to read you one last story. And again, this is just proving that the American people are in survival mode. Okay? And one is large retailers. They're in survival mode as well. Okay? We're seeing this. Big Lots announced last week that they're preparing for a bankruptcy. They don't think that closing 300 locations is enough to actually keep their company afloat, keep them going. It's just too much. Okay? Dollar Tree and Dollar General, they're struggling to keep their customers happy. One of the reasons why is they're charging up to $7 per item, when Dollar Tree was known for selling items for, you guessed it, $1. So how do they do this? How do we move forward? That's the tricky part. And I don't think there's a good way to move forward. I think the American people are going to struggle. I think we're going to hit rock bottom here probably within the next year. I don't think we're there yet, honestly. I don't think we're close enough. I think there's still so much that we have to work on. Now, last thing I want to leave you with. You need to be prepared. Okay? You need to be prepared for what's coming. I don't know how bad things will get. The one thing I can tell you is I've been preparing for the past 2 years for a potential downturn. We have seen the downturn, right? It's upon us. We're going through it right now. The issue is, can you come out of this better than you went into it? For the majority of people, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be pretty. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I just want to leave you with that, but understand and let me just get a little bit of a idea from you. What are you seeing? Are you seeing people peeling their bananas and oranges? Are you seeing them cutting the rind off of a watermelon? Right? I've heard stories of that. Haven't seen it in person. Hey, if I ever do see it in person, maybe I'll get a video or something or a picture. But as of right now, I haven't seen it. So let me know what you're seeing in your area, if things are as bad as many people say they are. Again, I'm seeing it, but are you? So again, I will leave you with that. So thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.